I thought that losing my career after 25 years was the hardest part, but it wasn't. It wasn't. The hardest part was the questions that I began asking myself. The hardest part was looking at my age and thinking, who's going to hire me? And not just hire me, but who's going to value my experience and my knowledge? Who's going to take me seriously? Do I even have what it takes to reinvent my life after 50? And, having those thoughts made me feel invisible. It made me feel outdated. It made me feel like my season for earning wealth, my season for breaking generational financial curses was over. And what it did was like create a fear for even beginning again. But I just started realizing something through my prayer and meditation, through my praise and worship, through self-reflection, self-audit, life audit, just looking at my life with a clear and raw lens. I started to realize I can reinvent my life after 50. I can start fresh and start again in this new season. I was carrying old lies into a brand new season. Hey y'all, I'm Jay, and I want to talk to you guys about 3 lies that I had to unlearn to start rebuilding my self-confidence, to strengthen my faith, and to be able to hope and dream for the future again. And maybe you holding on to some of these lies too. Lie number 1 is that my best years is behind me. And I wouldn't always say this out loud, but I would make it sound responsible, like, this is what happens at this age. I've already had my chance. Maybe technology is passing me by. And I actually call these thoughts realistic. But what I'm realizing and what I am seeing them for what they really are, and it's just fear dressed up like wisdom. It was fear of being overlooked, fear of being replaced by someone younger, fear of having to learn something new and look foolish doing it. When you've carried the same role for a long time, it becomes how you introduce yourself. It becomes how you measure your days. And sometimes it even becomes how you measure your self-worth. And suddenly the role is gone, overnight, vanished. And you start asking yourself, inside all those practical worries, you start asking that one burning question. Do I matter now? Maybe you've asked yourself something similar. Maybe you retired. Maybe you changed jobs. Maybe your kids grew up and, they're older now and they don't need you as much as they used to. Maybe your relationships change. Maybe your finances change. Maybe the picture that you have for your life doesn't fit anymore. I feel like mine doesn't. This can leave you feeling like, who are you now? But I began accepting that my value didn't leave when my job ended. My ability to learn, create, encourage, train, coach, motivate, problem solve, create processes and systems, they were all still with me. I did not need another company to hand my value back to me. God had already placed my value inside of me. My value is still with me. No one can take that away. No job, no circumstance or unexpected, life change can take that away from me. And once I started believing that, the season started looking less like an ending. It started looking like an opportunity to discover who I was beyond one role, one paycheck, one job, one version of myself. Now, don't get me wrong. I still want freedom. I still want meaningful work. I still want to be able to break generational financial curses. But I don't want to postpone my peace and sense of self-worth until I get there. I'm not too old. We're not too old. It's just fear, and fear does not get to decide our future. Line number 2, I have to start all over. I kept telling myself I have to start all over again now. All the experiences, the tactics, the methods, procedures, the ability to problem solve and to do the things that I did on a daily basis, train and coach and motivate, mentor. I have to start all over again. And that's not true. And every time I said it, it was making it seem like 25 years of experience doesn't count anymore. It was like everything I've learned up to that point was just reserved for those 25 years. And that's a lie. I'm not starting from scratch. I'm starting from experience. Every change I had to survive, and every mistake that I made that taught me not to do it again. Your mistakes count too. I learned how to read a room. I learned how to work with different personalities, different egos, different cultures and ethnicities, and kept moving when things didn't go according to plan. I mean, I understand, like, a younger person may be able to learn an app quicker than I do, because I'm gonna keep it 100. I can start learning the app, and then the next day go to sleep, wake up, jump on it again, and say, okay, now wait, what was I doing? Now what was I supposed to do? That can happen, but software can be taught, but you can't download decades of discernment overnight. We have wisdom receipts. You hear me? They want receipts. We got wisdom receipts. We have decades of experience that no computer or, no AI app can download into you. You have to go through them. And that realization, what it did was give me hope, because it made me realize that we didn't have to throw away our old life to create a new one. The beautiful thing is, I don't have to choose between my experience and learning something new. I can bring them both with me. I can learn technology and not pretend like my previous knowledge don't matter. I can become a beginner without becoming insignificant. I can carry the wisdom I gained, the wisdom I have forward, and just leave behind what doesn't fit. This is, actually what reinvention is really beginning to mean to me. It's not erasing who I was. It's using what I've learned to fully become who I am now. Line number 3 is the closed door mean God is finished with me. Meaning, like, he's finished with my season. This season of learning and earning is, done for me at this age. And that's one of the deepest lies. I had worked hard. I had been loyal. I had showed up to do the right thing every day. So why am I standing in a season that I didn't ask for? Why do I find myself at this crossroads right now? I wish I could tell you, that when we go through these things, immediately we'll know the purpose behind it. But probably you won't. I didn't. I was confused. I was angry. I was, feeling betrayed. I had all of those mixed emotions that come with a major life change. But slowly, I started making room for a different possibility. I don't believe that God wastes anything, and I certainly don't believe that he wastes 25 years of experience. Even the parts of my stories that I would never have chosen may be the part that helps me encourage other people, that helps me encourage you all, because I believe that's part of my purpose right now. Sometimes this season doesn't have to make sense yet to still have purpose. Walking into your next doesn't have to be already mapped out for you to still take a step, and then another step, and then another step. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I didn't unlearn these lies overnight. And even now, sometimes those feelings, sometimes those fears try to creep up. But the difference is I recognize it for what it really is. It's fear. It is not God. It is not real. It is not true. It is not wisdom. I can feel uncertain, but I'm still move forward no matter what. Listen, I'm still trying to figure this out too. I don't have this reinvention thing all mapped out. And maybe you don't either. As we know, your next chapter may not look like nothing that you planned. It may not look like nothing that you pictured. Mine doesn't. I get it. But that does not mean that it can't be meaningful, peaceful, purposeful, and even better in ways that we just can't see yet. So, my friend, let's stop treating our age like it's an expiration date. Let's stop treating our age like it's a deadline. And the most important thing that I'm learning, the most important thing that you should take from this is that we can reinvent ourselves and don't have to apologize for it. We are allowed to begin again with no apologies. I would love to know what reinvention looks like for you. What lie are you holding on to that you're ready to release? And what truth are you deciding to believe instead? Like I said before, we're figuring this thing out together. I'm on this path and on this journey with you. And I know that we can get through this. I know that our reinvention is right around the corner and we are walking in that direction. So let's keep going. Let's not get distracted. Let's not let fear take over. Like we said, faith over fear is our motto. So I love you with the love of God. I thank you all for listening. Like, comment, and subscribe, and that way you'll know when I'm uploading more videos, because we're going to travel this journey together and we're going to come out on top. Love you with the love of God. Peace.